best-selling book, The Devil Wears Prada, is coming to life on the big screen, and two-time Oscar winner Meryl Streep stars as the meanest head of the world's biggest fashion magazine, and Anne Hathaway plays her new assistant, who is in for, let's face it, a hell of a time. Take a look. Don't you love her? Please welcome Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway. What a delicious role, and how we all love that film. We've all seen. And that sweet voice.
Yes.
Your voice is
never
so
raises
sweet.
her voice.
Yeah.
I raise my voice. I raise my voice in my life. I do.
Oh my
In this movie, the fact that you don't raise your voice makes you much more scary.
It does. Oh, yeah.
Much scarier.
I got that from Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
He never raises his voice on the set. And there's no one more sort of intimidating to the fellow.
That's clever.
You know, so we were talking, and I you know, did it as a little bit of a tease, and what you have to give up in order to become a great success. You have 4 children. The youngest is a 15-year-old girl still at home.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've had
And my neck hurts already.
You've worked, you know, from the time almost that these kids were born. How do you balance it?
Had really great sitters, babysitters, when I worked. But really, show business is the equivalent of flex time for me. You know, it's the way all America should work. You work a little bit, you're off a little bit. You work a little bit, you know, it's great for kids. I'm home more than most working women all through my career. Yeah. Because I was unemployed. I mean, you take the gamble.
When were you unemployed?
Well,
you were never unemployed.
Barely. Excuse me, you have more Oscar nominations than any human being on the face of the earth. You do. And that's not, I didn't just make that number up. I'm a little obsessed here. I'm in the presence of the greatest living actors of all time.
You simply maximize. Does it help, by the way, while on this, does it help to have a helpful husband?
Yeah. He's amazing. He's got a sort of a relatively even keel, you know.
He doesn't
so
raise
I'm
his
allowed
voice.
to go, you know, and he's kind of the straight and narrow. He's great.
Well, as I said, we love the film. You'll have such a good time when you see this. And we hear that before the movie began, you gave Anne, you must have been so intimidated, a little advice. What advice?
What'd you tell him?
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. I said, I don't know. I said, don't lose weight, A. But B, I said, because they were all telling her to. Yes. Remember that?
Well,
when you came to my house and you looked
told me,
beautiful.
And you told me to eat a hamburger.
Because they were all saying, oh, maybe you want to lose a little, Anne, you know.
That makes is that what they really told you?
Did they tell you to lose weight, too?
They wouldn't dare.
Thin in the film, Meryl. I mean, you always look skinny, but you look skinny in the movie.
I lost 7 pounds. It killed me.
It killed you.
And it's almost all back, so.
Good.
What the hell with it?
Good. I'm glad.
I don't know how anybody can tell this beautiful girl anything. After all, she's the princess, got the prince and the kingdom and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, but you had to lose weight in the film.
I did. I wound up, well, it was a bit complicated because actually initially they asked me to gain weight. So, and I was a little underweight because of a surgery that I'd had. And so I wound up gaining 10 pounds from the point that I was. And then I went to my first costume fitting and couture didn't fit. So then I had to lose the 10 pounds again. And yeah, there were tears.
So, well, how did you know when you completed a scene? I'm curious. You're a young actress. How do you know? They take 10, take 20. How do you know when you've done it?
Well, at certain times you never really know that you did. You're kind of just trusting the director. But as I've told you a few times, whenever I did a scene with Meryl, I knew that we were ready to move on and check the gate because I was ready to vomit. Because she was so good in her character that she literally made me feel sick.
Yes, really. Because she was constantly
insulting you and calling you names, reminding you that you were incompetent.
And just, you know, sticking the skewer into the heart just a little bit more.
And there were some scenes, boy, when she sends you into Stanley Tucci's office, you're about ready to quit. Meryl, your character, Miranda Priestley, in a word, is a B. I mean, she's tough as nails, but she never met a young girl she didn't like to skewer and barbecue. I mean, was it fun to play such a ruthless person? Had to be, because we loved her.
It wasn't that much fun because Stanley and Anne and the fabulous Emily Blunt, who plays
Number one assistant.
Number one Emily.
It's hilarious.
She's divine, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's wonderful. And they were all having fun over in the corner and laughing and scratching, and I just sort of, that's my favorite part of making a movie, usually, is the stuff
But did you have to stay in the role?
I didn't stay in the role, but it didn't help the dynamic if I came over and, you know, it was like trying to have fun.
By the end, you kind of, you allowed yourself more fun.
I was miserable. I really was. I was miserable.
Yeah, but they're talking about
But you
Oscar
were miserable
for you.
making the film, or you were miserable as a character?
I don't know how to divide it up.
Really? So it was not a happy time?
It's not a happy woman. It's an accomplished woman.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, and what
And
you
she
give
does
up.
come
Well
out
dressed,
very lonely.
accomplished. But, you know, yeah, there's stuff that's missing.
Speaking of well-dressed, did you get to keep the clothes?
We auctioned the clothes off to benefit breast cancer research
Dress for Success.
and equality now.
Yeah.
We're not letting them go because we love Meryl and her sweet disposition, and we love Anne. And when we come back, we're going to be joined by their co-star, Stanley Tucci. So stay with us.
We're back with Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway in their new movie, The Devil Wears Prada. Stanley Tucci stars as Meryl's right-hand man, who's almost as good as she is at making people miserable. Take a look. I would have quit. Please welcome Stanley Tucci. Hi, Stanley. Oh, you are harsh in this film.
He's really funny in this film, too.
What
It's
a
right.
change in a role for you.
What I want?
What a change of a role.
You play Miranda's right-hand man, who's like
Yes.
harsh as we can see in this
Yes.
in this clip.
Yeah.
But
Slightly
you got to wear
flamboyant.
unbelievable
Slightly.
clothes too. Truthfully, how much time did you spend in wardrobe?
More than I did on the set. The costumes, they were
epic.
They were epic. They went on forever, but they were crucial to this, certainly to this
Yes.
character and to the film, and I don't think I could have found this person without them.
Were you surprised at how well you connected with that gay, witchy fashionista?
Yes,
Because you really did.
Yeah,
It was
my
kind of
wife
scary.
was a little disturbed. Yeah. It's too easy. Yeah.
But as I said, it is such a departure for you. I mean, nobody thinks of, all those tough guy gangster roles. It's very
Right.
different.
Well,
Yeah.
the big night was not a gangster role, but that was
No.
your
Yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, and Frankie and Johnny was
Yeah.
really-
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
He's versatile.
You
are.
Well, they all are.
And well dressed.
I feel like I'm at a tennis match.
I know.
What are you whispering?
I said I feel like I'm at a tennis match. I'm like, indeed.
We feel that way. We feel that way.
Really?
We feel that way. But we've had a chance now to look at you and how different, well, not how different, it's Meryl, but your hair is white, silvery white, like prematurely...
Prematurely white.
Yeah. What did you think when you first saw yourself?
I wanted to look like that. That was my choice because I just wanted this person to not look like anybody else and to be the person in the room, because when she sits at the fashion shows in the room, when we sat there, everyone in the entire place kind of is looking to see her reaction. So I wanted her to be able to be picked out in a crowd,
Like a light.
Yeah, or
Good
like
choice.
Diana Vreeland, these women that choose a look for themselves and then they don't change it over time and trend, and nothing sort of dislodges that iconic kind of thing.
Yeah.
We talked about your children. You took your daughters to see this film. What did they think of you?
Well, Grace leaned over and said, "Mom, it's the real you."
How old is Grace?
Takes one to make one.
And Grace is not living home anymore. Grace is at boarding school.
Not living.
We know Randy would have taken her out.
You know, there were rumors going around that because this character that you played possibly resembles famous Vogue editor Anna Wintour.
Who doesn't change her look.
Who what?
Who does not change her look.
Same bob, same...
Well, the rumors were that, I don't know if this is true, that you guys, or including you, Stanley, will never be featured in Vogue magazine if you were in that movie. How do you feel about that?
I would never be featured in Vogue magazine
not?
because I'm too heavy. So,
So screw that.
no, but the book was definitely based on an assistant to Anna Wintour's eye view of Anna's day-to-day business thing. And, but our script is pretty different from the book. It veers off into different directions, emphasizes different things, and I just wanted more, it's more fun for me to make up who I am, you know? You didn't try to copy the author of the book at all, even remotely, so.
Yeah, because in the book, she comes across as a little more snobbish and a little more arrogant.
She kind of has a sense of entitlement in the book that
she's
I didn't...
supposed to be there.
Right, which is one of the great things, which is why the book is so fun and gossipy, but I don't think I would want to see that for 2 hours on the screen, so I think it was important for...
Good sport. She came to see the film.
Anna
She wore
came,
Prada.
yes, and that was the first time I'd met her, yeah.
What did she think of it? What'd she say?
I didn't stay for the end. I've never seen the end of the movie. I hope it's good.
Oh, the end is great.
I was bolt
You're pretty
before
good
it's
in
over.
it.
You never see the end
There's
of
a moment at the end that, in my opinion,
The
just
funniest.
encapsulates the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Absolutely.
You must see the last
Why don't you stay until the end of the movie?
Well, because these are screenings. It hasn't really opened yet.
I see.
Sometimes I watch them with real people in the audience. That's more fun.
That is more fun.
Stanley, what's your favorite designer in all of this, since we're talking fashion?
Well, I like Hugo. I wear Hugo Boss stuff a lot, and Dries Van Noten is pretty great.
Did
designer.
this make you think about clothing differently, being in this film?
Well, working with Pat Fields, I never thought. I'm still exhausted. I never.
The designer. The designer.
I never thought that that Pat was able to take all these sort of disparate elements and put them together into an outfit or a costume that was incredible.
Yeah.
Perfect for the character.
You picked the ring, didn't you?
I picked the ring.
She's an amazing eye. Just so you know, Patricia Fields is the great designer from Sex and the City. She put all the look together
But the
for all
question
those
is,
years.
did Patricia Fields pick out your socks today?
No, I picked those out. But I might not have done that had I not met her.
I gotta get back to that line that's just killed us all, which is you gotta that 6 is the new 6 is the new 2, 2 is the new 14, whatever.
Oh, God.
It's so
I mean, it is so cruel.
It's cruel.
6 is the new 14.
Yeah. I know, it's awful. And it connects with Emily's. Emily has that great line as she's walking up the steps. I'm on this new diet. I don't eat anything. Isn't that what you said? And if I'm about to faint,
I have a cube of cheese.
cube of cheese.
No, and then she says the best line, my favorite line in the whole film, which is, I'm one stomach flew away from my goal weight. That's hilarious.
So funny.
Because we've all said it.
Meryl's like sitting there disgusted. You hate this part of the whole fashion and celebrity thing when it comes to girls, right?
It's so destructive.
Ew.
There's an epidemic of eating disorders in this country.
It is.
It's sick.
Do you think the movie will help that or
Yeah.
The
hurt
movie
it?
points it out as obnoxious. I hope.
Yeah.
To me,
think it will.
That's
points
so
it out as
important to say.
Well, it was something, you asked me right during the break, how I felt, being told to lose weight. I was just saying, if anybody actually said that to me, like me as a person, I would smack them across the face.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
But for a part, it's a collaborative experience to talk about the look of it.
And the goal you want to
and
reach.
so that's necessary. But no, I think I think the opinions people have, how far into our lives and how they can judge us. I don't agree with that.
It's also just something that people say, producers or studios or whatever will say to a woman as soon as they're casting a part, lose weight.
Yeah,
And there's no
I
real
think
reason
that's
for it.
obnoxious too. I think the more people that say, no, you know what? You fire me.
Kathy Bates doesn't listen to
love
that.
that here.
Kathy Bates doesn't lose weight for her parts, and she's a big
You've
star.
never had to lose weight for a part?
I constantly have tried, but there are miracles of sort of fashion thing that you can do to manipulate, the
Well, we think you're divine.
There's also
okay?
great talent that ends up with 13 Oscar nominations, so you can say
11 losses. 11
that's
losses.
13 nominations. That's 2 wins. Nobody
really could sit here and talk to you all afternoon and morning,
And
so
so we
we're
will.
going to. Because they're sticking around. The stars of The Devil Wears Prada are staying right here with us, and we will be right back with more talk.
We're back with Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and Stanley Tucci. Stanley, you actually deliver one of the lines that makes our hearts go, whoa, it's a little bit deeper than fashion. You actually say to Anne's character, you'll know your career is going somewhere when her personal life falls apart. Do you really think that that's the truth?
I think sometimes that's the truth. Sometimes. But sometimes also the opposite is true.
Can we all have it at the same time?
Yeah, it's nice when they happen simultaneously.
Yeah.
Very rarely. Yeah, I mean, I think we've all been, you know, at that point where we invest so much in our careers that we forget about really the kind of important things, like, you know, the people we love or whatever. But, you know,
Whatever those other things are.
those other things are, I don't know. But I think also, but I also think the opposite is true. A lot of times when it's a gift sometimes when you have those lulls and you're able to kind of sit and reflect on, you know, why you did this in the first place, and really what those little moments in life that are, I sound like a Kodak commercial or something, but you know what I mean, that are really, really important.
Yeah, I agree with you. The real things. You know, the girls are going wild for you, by the way, upstairs.
Really?
They're saying, look, Stanley Tucci is such a sexy guy.
Oh, that's nice.
How do you feel about being a sex symbol?
Let me tell you, Joy. Sorry.
I like to be harassed.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
fine.
all right. I'll talk to you later. I couldn't be happier if that's what people want to think, at least this
And
year.
your
That's
wife
great.
is delighted to hear it.
My wife, yes, she's thrilled.
Yeah, she's so happy.
Well, she got him, so.
She got it. Meryl, Time Magazine recently talked about you, and they had a list of like 7 myths about you. I want to pick a couple of them and see if they're true or not. Here are a few out of the 7. You can join in. Okay. Number 1, you're a star.
I'm a star.
Yeah. You think you're a star?
This is a star.
Please, but you know what they mean.
A star, yeah, I know what they mean. I know what they mean. I've always thought of myself as a character, actor. And a character actor.
Movie star.
I haven't really ever been able to fit into that whatever that thing is.
Okay, now this is Time, this is not me. You're difficult.
So modest.
You're difficult.
I am. I'm opinionated, and that's different.
I like it.
I feel like, you know, I have a lot of ideas, and nobody has to listen to them.
Did you listen to them?
Yes.
Absolutely.
She knows what she's talking about.
I was recording everything. I was taking notes.
Right?
But you know, you weren't difficult for 1 second.
I think, I don't know, is that my reputation?
No, this is what Time Magazine says. These are myths about, and one of the things I said, you can do anything. I think we agree.
Yeah, she's a magician.
That, yes.
I've always said, you know, with the accents, the different ones, you're probably the only white actress I know who could play a black person, and I'd go, that's right, Meryl.
Well, she played an Italian in the Bridges of Madison County.
I could carry it off, maybe.
The Italian woman in Bridges of Madison County, I bought it. I'm Italian. Tucci.
What about
I mean, I didn't see the movie,
The accent
but
was right on. But you've been to the bridge.
Stanley and I are charades partners at this famous Christmas party we go to every year.
Yes. Well, that was actually, had I not known you playing charades, I would have been very nervous walking on the set with you. But then it was, you know, I knew it was my
always
whole
tries to get on the other team, you know, if I'm on the team.
Stop, get out of here.
The 3 best players are Meryl, Stephen Sondheim, and Mia Farrow.
Mira's really good. Who's
really
the worst?
Good. I can't say it, only you can say it.
Say it.
Robert De Niro.
Why?
Is he really bad? Oh my gosh. No one will know. No one will know.
Bobby, won't you? He knows.
He's shy.
He's too shy.
He's very shy.
What about you, Anne? Do you charade? Do you charade, Ann?
Me?
Yeah.
I love charade. It's a big game in my house. I'm not invited to that party, though.
No, this brings me.
But I just have to say, okay, you can deny that you're a star, but she just told a story about playing charades with Robert De Niro. I mean, come on, it doesn't get much better than that.
But you speak of parties, okay? Maybe this one you're not invited to, but you stay under the radar. I mean, most girls your age, 23 years old, young woman, could be in the tabloids. You're not. What's your strategy?
What's wrong with you?
I just boyfriend.
He's pretty simple.
You have a level head.
I have everyone on a payroll. No, honestly, people don't care. I'm not even joking. I went to like the top LA hotspot the other day, and I was wearing a cute outfit, and it was like drama because we were all in this big car, and I was sitting in the back seat, and there were paparazzi outside. So we all freaked out in the car, and I moved, and we're playing musical chairs so I could get in the front, so I could be the first one in. And I got out of the car and covered my face and made a beeline for it. They didn't take one picture. They didn't even recognize me. So then I thought, okay, so when I leave, of course, then it'll be pandemonium. I have to pay for valet, and it'll be time waiting. And they still didn't recognize me. I was just bumming a piece of gum off of one of them, and they still didn't know me. So
Start wearing skirts up to here, tops down to here, and
Drive
no
with
back.
a baby on your lap.
okay, I'll just take someone's baby. That's how I'm gonna be famous.
You know what? Stick with these guys. Be the actor. Don't worry about being the celebrity. You'll do just fine.
So delicious.
You got it going on, and I'm a big Anne Hathaway fan, as are all of us. The Devil Wears Prada is in theaters everywhere, and if you guys are in New York City in August, be sure to catch Meryl Streep in Mother Courage. She's going to be a part of the Shakespeare in the Park series. And then when we come back, did you guys ever wonder what $1 million wardrobe actually looks like? Well, you're going to find out because we've got the hot fashions from The Devil Wears Prada right here on the set.